How do you dream when your life is dependent on external circumstances? So many people wait until they know where their kids are going to go to school, until they know if their husband gets that job that might take them across the country, or even how their aging parents are going to be when they retire before they start planning a life that they absolutely love. Today, I'm going to go through a step-by-step process of how to create a life you love regardless of external circumstances. So before we dive in, it's important to understand that the problem is not external circumstances. It's waiting for permission to go for a life that you love. And many people wait until their kids grow up. They have financial certainty. They find the right location to live, the right timing, but life is rarely stable. And so if you're going to wait for the perfect time, life may just pass you by. And we don't have a perfect time all the time, but we do have certain internal nudges. And if you feel like life is seeking to express itself through you by a dream, then that is your clue to start paying attention, start getting clarity, and start taking action. And that is where the magic happens. The magic happens in the vision, not in your external circumstances. So if you have been waiting for things to be perfect or for you to know what external circumstances you're going to have to work your dream around, I'm going to give you some great news and great tips today. So get ready for that. So the truth about dreams is that your dream is not dependent on your current circumstances. Your dream is dependent on your decision to envision it. And this is where the vision comes in. So you don't have to dream after life settles. You want to design your dream so life has somewhere to organize itself. Because you're already manifesting a dream. You just may be leaning into default mode rather than design mode. And so all those worries, concerns, thoughts that you're having are attracting different pieces that are going to form themselves around external circumstances anyways. So this is really giving yourself permission to get in the driver's seat and put yourself in your power of creating a life that you love. So step one is separating your vision from the logistics, realizing that rather than asking, can I realistically do this? Ask yourself, what would I love? What kind of work would I love? What type of schedule? Where do I want to spend my time? What kind of impact? Who do I want to be working with? Because these are the questions that are going to help you to create a vision of a life that you would love. So that's the first step, is put that how, those logistics on the side. Don't worry about where your kid's going to go to school. Don't worry about what your aging parents are going to demand. All of that you will figure out. The important part is to start dreaming now. And the first step is to separate the logistics or the how from the dream, the vision, and to ask yourself, what would I love? And that is the most important question that you can start with in creating a life that you love. All right, the second step is lean into how you want to feel. Do you want to feel a sense of freedom? Do you want to feel a sense of adventure? Do you want to feel peace of mind, happiness, joy, love, financial freedom? Maybe all of the above? Because regardless of where you're going to be or who you're going to be helping or supporting, you can start embodying these feelings. And so the first step, what would I love? The second step is, how would I love to feel? What is the feeling tone that I want to experience in my dream? Because as we're experiencing life, we're not just experiencing images and material items, we're also experiencing a range of emotions. And that is a very real part of the life that we want to create. I mean, it's wonderful to sit around in dollar bills, but what if you're feeling anxious? Right? That's not why we want money. We want money so that we can give to charities or support our kids or go on adventures and travel, because that could give us a sense of feeling free and fulfilled and happy and proud of ourselves. So even if we do want a lot of money, it's not to sit around a lot of bills and feel anxious and scared and worried. It's to have that money so we can generate a life that we love. That will give us more security, freedom. These are all suggestions. Whatever resonates with you, I invite you to take and use, and then also come up with your own words, your own feelings, your own images, your own desires of what you would love in your life. Step 3, define your non-negotiables. So an important part of the dream building process is to be true to our core values. And so what is most valuable to you? Is it having meaningful work? Spending time with family? Having personal growth, becoming a greater version of yourself? Financial autonomy? What are those core values that you have that you want to continue to carry with you and build upon? And then step 4 is to start living the dream now. And how do we do that? We start taking action. So say, and we're going to use an example. Say you want to start creating social media content and you want to have a really successful social media following. And you can start that right now. You could take a class. You could start looking for a photographer or a content writer, or write out a list of your strengths, of what you can bring to the table, and maybe some of your weaknesses where you may want to hire some people to help you with creating this social media dream of yours. So regardless of your circumstances, situations, and conditions, there's always a step that you can take. The important thing is that you start taking the step now. And as you take the steps towards your dream, you're going to start becoming the person living in your dream. And you're going to activate your reticular activating system. So we all have reticular activating system. Our reticular activating system is at the base of our brain. And because there's so much information between like just our hearing, sight, touch, feel, that we're constantly, our brain is filtering, it's too much. And so as you create your dream, This is why getting clear of what would I love, the first step, is so important, and the feeling tone and your core values. This brings us to step 4, because as you're taking that action, your reticular activating system is going to be filtering all the information coming at you to see opportunities to support you creating this dream, to becoming this person, experiencing these feelings, supporting these core values. It's going to be filtering information to provide evidence that you're heading in the right direction. And it's also going to be helping you to identify inspired actions. So inspired actions or opportunities that you can take to move you in the direction of your dream. And as you're taking these actions and you begin to embody the person, this helps you to wholeheartedly become the person living in the dream. Just like you're living a life now, and you may be taking care of people, and you're adapting your schedule so that you can support your loved ones and those you care about most, your dream will be able to weave itself around the circumstances, situations, and conditions. And doors are going to be able to open that you didn't even imagine, because it all starts with taking that first step and continuing to take the next step again and again and again. And that brings us to step number 5, which is to trust that life will unfold according to your vision, or something even greater still. Because when you create your vision, you're creating it based on the information that you have. And throughout the process, there may be even a greater vision is yet to reveal itself to you. So we have scraped the surface here on all the steps, and I am a certified coach. If you're interested in getting support in this process further, be sure to check out the description. You can reach out to me and schedule a complimentary call through my website, which is authera.com. And the most important thing that you walk away from this podcast today is that you can give yourself permission to start creating a life that you love and leaning in and listening to the dream that's seeking to emerge itself through you now, regardless of your circumstances, situations, and conditions, because you deserve to live a life that you absolutely love. I also recommend that you watch this video. You can do it. I believe in you.